Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be setting up a healthy recipe, and I have my sticker sheets and some washi and the sticker books and loose stickers that I used for this spread. So this week we are doing a recipe called Shakshuka. I hope I said that right. Basically it's an egg dish that is really easy for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I thought it would be great because, you know, I'm planning on doing some camping this summer, and it's nice to have some recipes that you can do when you're out in a cast iron skillet. So I found this recipe and I thought it would be a great addition to my lineup. To make it at home, to make it camping, and that said, that's kind of what I went with, a little bit of a camping theme, so I would remember that this is great for that. So we're going to go ahead and make this sheet up. And to start, I'm going to go ahead and set up the header and just a few of the other items I already put in. Didn't pull a colorful box for the header this week. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and use washi as kind of like a little, as decor obviously, but to kind of like hem in the title a bit. And then I was just trying to see if I wanted to use any background color to make it pop, but I think I'll just write it in orange. So I'm putting in the name Shakshuka. I'm sure it's something similar to this. I've never heard it pronounced out loud, so I've just seen it on the recipe, but it looks delicious. So I'm excited to add this to my repertoire. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in, Shakshuka, and then I'm just going to kind of label it camping Shakshuka. So again, I kind of make my own rules up when I download recipes from the internet, and so that's what I decided to do there. And this sticker had backyard camping underneath it, so I trimmed out the backyard, repurposed the camping, and then I'm going to use this tent there in the middle as decor. Okay, so just testing out some pens so that I can write in the ingredients. So again, these are pretty simple, just garlic, onion, basically diced tomatoes and eggs, and then you can add potatoes and like a baguette of French baguette of French bread if you like to make it more hearty. So I'm going to go ahead and write those in. I decided to do one on each side just to have a little extra room there and kind of go around the tent decor. So I'm going to trim out one of the stars so they're even. And lay that back in. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish writing those in. I pulled that little, I don't know, Volkswagen bus, kind of reminded me of like camping, and then the license plate washi. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it just because it introduces that green tone. I kind of played around with the idea of just keeping it with like the oranges and browns, but we'll see how much room I have at the bottom before I make that call. Laying in the stickers I pulled for the food, and that potato there I trimmed out. All of the food came from the food sticker book, and then they have a bunch of baked potatoes with like fixings and stuff on top, but that's not really what we're doing here. So I just trimmed them out to kind of make them look like little potatoes, and yeah, I think that worked out pretty good actually. So here I'm trying to decide how I'm going to lay in that washi tape, and like I said, I think I'm going to wait before I make a decision if I'm going to bring in that green. Trying to play around with that there as well. I wasn't sure what I was going to use for the instruction kind of bullets, if you will. So I have that sheet there, just trying to see how many instructional things I have to write down and what I want to choose. So I decided to go with gold, just because I have some gold highlights here in the other decor, and I knew I had enough of them to do all 8 steps. So now I'm just writing in the individual steps. I highlighted on my printout the stuff that I felt like I would need to write down. And then I didn't include everything that she had there. I think it's a she. Just because there's a little bit of explanation that I don't think is really necessary for my recipe. Some of it's a little bit self-explanatory. So to save space, I just kind of highlighted the main parts of the instructions. And my pen is dying, so I rub it between my hands, and sometimes that helps the ink flow a little bit more. So that's what you just saw me doing there. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish writing in these instructions. I realized that she didn't include some of the spices that she mentions here in this step of the process. So I try to sneak those in up top next to oil. Basically just include salt, pepper, and then cayenne, which, yeah, it's kind of good to know ahead of time. And then I had pulled this saute sticker just because I kind of like the cast iron skillet look. I was going to use it up top, but I think I just replaced out the word saute in the step with the stickers, kind of a cute little addition. I don't have a lot of the, nutritional information or macros or anything like that for this recipe. It was basically, I mean, if you're going camping, usually it's pretty hard to track your macros and things like that. So I just wanted it to be a recipe that was healthy and easy to make on the go and in a cast iron skillet over a fire if need be, or a propane stove. So that's why I pulled this recipe. One of the great things about it too is that you can upscale it, so it just depends on how many people you are serving. If you are serving, 3 people, you do 6 eggs. If you're serving 1 person, you do 2 eggs. And yeah, so you can upscale as needed. So just putting in those little additional things there. As far as information that I had. This recipe is vegetarian, so I wanted to include that, so I would know that just by looking at it. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to use these stickers. I will have a little bit of room there at the bottom, so I do plan on using the little camper van and the road trip washi tape. So I'm going to go ahead and use these other things up here as kind of like little stars. Just dropping in these stars is kind of a little decor there at the top. I'm going to go ahead and drop in this washi and trim that out. I'm going to grab this camper van, and I think this corner will be a good spot for it since I don't have a lot of details for this area. Add in the little barbecue and that word camping. And basically I think we're done, friends. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below and go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.